Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go. With all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
The Sioux Falls Police Department is asking for the public's help finding a missing teenager.
According to a Facebook post, police say 14-year-old McKenna Wendell has been missing since Friday, March 13th. She's described as a Native American girl with dark brown hair that has a teal streak on one side and brown eyes.
Anyone who knows where she is asked to contact Sioux Falls Police.
The triple murder trial of Jay Ostrom, the former Centerville mayor, has started.
Ostrom is accused of killing 3 people in the southeastern community back in 2024. He allegedly killed Paul Frankus, Zachary Frankus, and Timothy Richmond, and has pleaded not guilty. In court on Monday, the jury heard from a law enforcement officer who had responded to the 2024 scene. This officer identified Ostrom in court as someone who had exited the home where the 3 victims were found. The officer also identified an AR-style rifle as a weapon found with Ostrom and showed it to the seated jury. The trial is scheduled to take place through next Friday, March 27th. The case against the founder of an Indigenous rights organization has been dismissed following a hung jury. Back in January, a jury couldn't reach a unanimous decision following a 3-day trial for NDN Collective founder Nick Tilson. Tilson had been charged with aggravated assault, a simple assault on law enforcement officer, and obstructing a law enforcement officer. The state had 45 days to notify the judge of the intention to retry the case. Well, now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
All right, good morning, everybody. We are looking at a wintry mix to move through. Now, along with it, things will probably start in the form of light snow coming in from the northwest. On the backside of this, as temperatures do warm, this is where I do expect to see that wintry mix. I think at the beginning, things will come in the form of light snow, and then that wintry mix later in the afternoon. That'll give you a couple of slick areas here and there. Temperatures will be warmer than yesterday, 20s and 30s across eastern South Dakota, 40s, 50s in central KELOLAND, and 60-degree heat across the west. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. The city of Sioux Falls is cleaning up its streets after a weekend of rain, snow, and ice.
The winter storm didn't trigger a snow alert, but that doesn't mean the plows aren't out.
Unfortunately, the combination of wind and cold took its toll on at least one treatment option.
Not ideal for our chemical. We treat our salt, so it has a little bit more power for negative temps. But when you get down to those negative 20 and below, it really starts to lose its effectiveness.
That led to slippery conditions, with Sioux Falls Police reporting 29 crashes between midnight Sunday and mid-morning Monday.
If you'd like to receive an alert when the city of Sioux Falls does issue a snow alert, you can follow the link with this story on KELOLAND.com.
If you're emptying your closet as part of spring cleaning, there's a great place to bring your donations.
Movers for Moms is taking place at 46 locations across Sioux Falls. They collect business clothing for women in need, but they put non-business clothing to good use as well.
We collected over 174,000 items for women in need in our community, and we were able to support not just Dress for Success, but also the St. Francis House, Call to Freedom. So we really were able to intentionally make sure that everything found a home where it needed to be.
They'll be collecting donations until May 5th.
We've posted the different drop-off sites under this story on KELOLAND.com.
The Sioux Falls Area Humane Society is hosting a big fundraiser soon.
The Pause to Celebrate event will be March 28th at the district. There'll be both silent and live auctions, drink tickets, and a plated meal.
The Humane Society says this is the biggest fundraiser of the year, and the money raised goes directly to supporting the animals in the shelter's care.
The money that's raised from the event Pause to Celebrate is going to go towards, our typical contracts with the city, to the land that we're on, the heating and cooling of our building, especially with the summer coming up, as well as daily feeding all the animals. We get over 8,000 animals through our doors every year, and so it takes a lot of money. We run on a $3.5 million budget.
Tickets are on sale now for the event at the Sioux Falls Area Humane Society's website.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check of your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, watching this snow today. It's coming out of North Dakota and southern Canada. So part of the warm front, this is basically the gateway to opening the door to what's going to be a substantial change in the weather forecast with much warmer numbers just around the corner. Let's zoom in here and kind of identify, again, the swath of snow. Also on the back side of this, it's a little more subtle, but there is kind of a patchwork of mixed precipitation. A little thin glaze of some icing can occur as temperatures are still below freezing, at least for the morning hours around Pier and maybe down to Winter, but more importantly, too, watching any wind that could blow around some snow. I think in eastern Ketherland, we'll be running at least some wind gusts over 30 out of the south while that snow is falling. So we're going to include that mention of some patchy blowing snow. Obviously, the numbers behind the warm front are significantly warmer. A lot of this is tied to how fast we start losing snow cover. And mid-60s or at least low 60s around Rapid City in the ballpark. I still think Sioux Falls probably ends the afternoon in the upper 20s, but then we could actually climb a little bit even beyond that past 6 o'clock this evening. And then maybe tomorrow morning we wake up to, let's say, some mid-30s. Seems like a pretty reasonable bet. Tomorrow, the temperatures are going to climb. It's just a matter of how fast we can fight that snow melt. And yeah, stay tuned because it could be quite an interesting day with some 70s again for the southwest and south central. The bad news is the wind kicks up, and that's always a bad recipe here for fire danger in southwest South Dakota. So we are closely monitoring that. We'll let you know more if any of those fire weather statements get expanded. All right, 20s today east. We've got 60s west. Let's go to your 7-day. We're going to mainly be dry now the rest of the week beyond what we get today in Sioux Falls. So if we pick up an inch of snow, that's going to disappear pretty quickly. 75, that would be a record high on Friday. And Saturday, too, could be in the 70s. We'll watch a cold front coming in Saturday afternoon into the north. Now, Sunday will be a little tricky because we could cool. We're watching that temperature maybe possibly in the 40s there by Sunday in Aberdeen. We'll also keep an eye on Pier and Rapid City, but we definitely see it cooling off, not to the levels that we have just experienced, though. And look at the 80 there in Rapid or thereabouts on Friday. Could be close to that level even on Thursday. All right, that's your weather forecast. Check us out. More details online at KEBELLAND.com.